Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
From who?
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Also, we have a lot of side missions we gotta do.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Vermeer.
Vermeer's, this is not a spoiler 3 playthrough. That's where we will leave the racists to die. Who are you? Commander, I'll stay behind. Okay.
Boyaki says Vermeer? That rings a bell. Can we bring Ashley?
Commander, I'll stay behind. I'll keep. Okay. Bye.
Later.
This is the DLC, I think. And this is Noveria, where Liara's mom is. We can also go back to the Citadel and, like, fuck around and do stuff. There's also... Is Asteroid 56 the... Because I know that there is a mission in this game where you can see Proto-Edie. You don't know it's Edie, but it's Proto-Edie. Erebus565, thank you so much for the cheers. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like to go to Noveria?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Alright, that's Edie.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Thank you for the subscription, Erebus565. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can't affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We'd prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
Oh, thank you for the subscription, Stoic
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. 12 months. Woo! Do you want to?
Was that little chime your dishwasher?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Do,
cute.
do, 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 do.
Oh, and wanted to say a quick thank you to anybody who has purchased stuff from my Etsy store that I just launched. Mari and I now have separate stores.
Because we live not
yeah,
together.
because we don't live together anymore, so it's just easier for us to have kind of like a separate setup. I put a bunch of like coasters up there last night with, you know, a bunch of cool colors, and people seem really excited about it, and so I just wanted to say thank you. If you want to find it on Etsy, it's called Oh My Skulls. And yeah, I make these like, they're basically like resin coasters that I decorate with crushed like makeup pigments. So they have some really cool colors, lots of sparkles and stuff. But yeah.
So we're about to land on Novaria, which basically is a corporate-owned planet that rents out labs to evil scientists. Literally, that's literally their business model. We lease out labs to supervillains.
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
Who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. Their business model is...
Given Novaria's unique situation, it is the source of many wild conspiracy theories.
Hold on, let me change the audio settings before.
Thank you, Insomnia Brigade. 14 months. Oh my god.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Thank
This
you.
music gives me the feels. Cheers, y'all.
Yay! Options.
Oh, and for those who are curious, I will open up international shipping. I just kind of want to get started with like US shipping first, just to like make sure I have everything all sorted out, and then I'll do international stuff. So it's coming later, and I'll make sure to let everybody know.
Love this loading screen. God.
Approach control. This is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Oh my god. Boyaki says, are you called a mad scientist? Do you have a hard time finding a place for you? Novaria cares about your glorious research. Use the code GeekRemix for a reduction in
Yes!
price. Hell yeah.
Do you want to perform unethical experiments on aliens with no, like...
Yeah.
with no rights?
With no consequences?
Come to Novaria for your evil villain needs.
Yeah.
Are you tired of the world of the galaxy not understanding your greatness? Are you tired of the CSEC and Citadel Police stopping you from doing critical organ growth inside of living subjects?
Always being all up in your business and not letting you do the work that needs to be done?
On Novaria, for a very convenient fee, we can give you the labs and resources you need to cause devastating destruction across the galaxy, so long as you don't do it to us and pay us.
Yeah.
We close our eyes and ears, so you can make others bleed.
We also offer discounts on test subjects, in case you need any.
Let's see. We have a population of 350,000 subjects. That's what it said on the... Okay, so who do you want to bring besides Liara? I do need... Let's see. No. Tech strength?
Yeah, Tally or Garrus, probably.
It's hard to bring Tally, because it's like...
Yeah.
Garrus has a little bit more going on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a difficult... This is a difficult short-range fight area.
Whatever you think is best.
I should probably bring some tech strength. This is hard. What does the chat think? We have a wide variety of employees to choose from.
Garrus.
But then it's not a bitch squad.
Chat said
Equalizing
Garrus.
interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
There, I did have an issue where I
Logged.
brought
The
Garrett
commanding
to
officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
every single mission, like forever, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to see what the other teammates say." But Garrus is still here. Everyone's gonna talk to Garrus.
Mm-hmm.
And then one time, Tally flirted with Garrus, and I never brought her again. I let her world burn. No, I
You've been
didn't.
kicked off the squad.
I watched as her world burned, and she jumped off a cliff, and I said, "Shouldn't have flirted with my man." Even though in this playthrough I'm romancing someone else.
Oh my god.
You should have known.
If I can't have you, no one can.
That's far enough.
All right, those are some sexy spacesuits.
Yeah.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You know what? I think they did a great job of being like, no, this is realistic spacesuit technology with like scuba gear looking stuff.
Yeah.
But also it's like, and here's every curve of their body.
I like it. I like it because it's like they're fully covered, but you're still like, it's still very sexy.
Yeah, because the point of the spacesuits are to protect you from both fighting and from space.
Elements.
And so it's
Yeah.
like they did base it off of gear that exists. So I really don't care about the boob moldage because maybe it's like they want to be, because it's not just armor. It's also like spacesuit shit.
Yeah.
And they want to be comfortable.
Well, and like if you're wearing a spacesuit, like do people just assume that you'd wear like a flat, like if you have like boobs, like are people just assuming you'd wear like a flat breastplate over it?
So like as Commander Shepard gets more gear throughout the series where everyone's gear starts to get a little bit more armor looking,
Mm-hmm.
it does like her boobs become less prominent in her armor unless you're using the standard armor where her boobs, she like her arms
It's like,
and body
oh my
get
God.
skinnier, but her boobs and butt get bigger. And then there's some guy like, well, maybe she carries her strength in her ass, and you're like, oh, does she carry strength in her tits? I'm pretty sure boobs are made of fat, idiot.
Yeah.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect.
I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, ma'am.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Novaria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Citadel authority supersedes yours.
Stand down. Their house, their rules.
Then why did we take the gun
If you
out,
think this is
Shepard?
best, Commander.
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
No apologies.
The
Just-
thing that I really need to know is, do they have a crotch zip?
You know, it might be the Quarian where you just shit yourself.
No.
Oh, with these kinds of suits and spacesuits, they're designed for you to at least be able to pee in them. I would think so, because look how long this would take to take off.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a question though. Do you think, like, these spacesuits,
like-
genuinely, they look comfortable? Do you think that, like, for women and men, spacesuits, these kinds, are like the athleisure wear of the future?
I have a question though, because like, are spacesuits? This is a genuine question. Are spacesuits designed? I thought that you have to wear a catheter, right?
Okay, in the future, you don't have to wear a catheter. Okay, the end.
'Cause that's like.
That's the end. No catheters in the future.
Weapons detectors. Don't mind the alarms. I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Ananias. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job.
Yeah.
One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Listen, I understand that we are on a evil planet full of evil people. I get it. You know, no one here has any honor.
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I just want you to know that there's a lot of women on this planet, and they're all gatekeep, girl boss, gaslight energy.
Good.
It's awesome.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
Or I can just fly away. And what are you gonna do?
Pretty heavy security for
Alright,
such a
yes.
small
The
port.
executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporation. Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia. She is here?
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
I think it's interesting that, like, we're like, hey, so has anybody been through here recently? And they're like, you know, initially she's like, oh, we, you know, protect the privacy and security of our client corporations. Oh, yeah, the matriarch Benezia was here.
Yeah,
Like,
she was just here.
Yeah,
She
you
said
just,
something about, like, evil plans or something. I don't know.
You just missed her.
You just missed her. I think, okay, so here's everything she's doing. I think it's because that we're a Spectre, so they're like, all right, we gotta tell you. But even so,
that's
like,
true.
it's still, if you're an evil corporation, like you own an evil planet, I would think that they wouldn't say anything to a Spectre.
Evil planet.
They're like, oh, we're gonna bury you in litigation. I'm like, you're on an evil planet. I can fly away. And there's like, I'll get on my ship.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Come to the council space and be like, yeah, she messed up our evil experiments? No, I'm gonna fly away in my ship. You can't get me.
No, we don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're a part of my crew.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
Rivenite 1988 just subscribed. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
You know, Liara's a lot more pink than other Asari, which would make her have the colors of the trans flag. So Liara has said trans rights. And if you disagree with me, you hate
Welcome
gays.
to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected
Which is
site
unrelated,
for independent
so-
scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you,
Yeah.
and enjoy your stay.
What?
Did she just like flip hair she doesn't have? What was that?
What animation? was-
Liara.
What?
Liara, what was that? What did you do it again? She just
She was like,
was she like pretending to be a sexy human that she watched in a video one time and then like forgot that she was actually with other people, you know? Where she like daydreaming, she's like, yeah, I am a beautiful one of those
have you ever seen like? This is not me hating. It's just a funny thing that a lot of people do in public now. But like, have you ever seen somebody like trying to take like the perfect like selfie face like out in public? And you're just like, man, I totally get it, because I have also been the person to take like 50 pictures of myself in different angles and faces, but it looks really funny to watch another person do it.
Yeah, that's why I don't have the power to do that. I'll take one picture, and if it's bad, I just die. It's like, I can't. Here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with doing it, but I can't, because I know other people are observing me, and I refuse to be perceived.
I feel a lot better about it when it's, so like I've done a bunch of like modeling stuff with like other photographers outside in public areas, and that's less bad because like you are posing for somebody else's
Go ahead, it's fine.
You're posing for somebody else's camera. So are you What you doing?
Getting this dead end. Okay, got it.
Okay. And like that feels different because it's like you're posing for somebody else, and so I don't know, it makes me feel a lot less self-conscious than if I'm just trying to take pictures of myself. Same thing with like those people that just will go out there with a tripod to take pictures of themselves.
How do you have the power, the
I've
courage?
done it a few times, and it always makes me feel like an idiot.
It's like I see people do it, I'm like, good for them, but if I did that, I would have a complete and total meltdown.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. And then you're talking to two people who get on a camera and shit their ass all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
The managers warned us about you.
Ooh.
You know what it is? Everybody in this chat is an AI construct to me. But if I went outside where there's a physical person perceiving me, absolutely not. What if they had a negative thought about me?
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
Thank you so much for subscribing, Yellow Ellie22, for tier 1. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, what are we smuggling exactly?
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
I want to know where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
I'd be stupid to do this without knowing that I'm not equipping my own enemies.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute, and quick to anger. You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
Maybe later. Right now, I need supplies.
Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
Oh, Garrus is not... Alright,
Whoops.
here we go. Ooh, ooh.
Good thing you checked.
I really like the snow effect outside. That always made this place feel cozy in a weird way.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Oh, let's go do that thing for the guy.
Yeah.
Has the other reconsidered this one's plea for aid?
Tell me about the job again.
This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
What do you want to do, yeah?
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
This one humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Annaleus. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
I'm just browsing right now.
This one awaits your
Give
return.
me free stuff.
Yeah, dude, come on.
What the heck? You're gonna leave me holding the bag when the cops get here? You're not even gonna give me a, free sample?
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk to you.
This is kind of an interesting, just giant rocks.
Oh, what? Oh, this?
The decor here?
Yeah, it's a corporate area. Oh, you know what it is? They probably built it around the rocks. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're gonna incorporate the natural environment. And you're like, ugh.
Yeah, like, check it out. It's just like, ooh, rock.
I mean, I kind of like it, but if I worked here every day, it would be oppressive.
Yeah, well, because it's like they didn't actually include, like, I think, you know what it's missing? Plants.
But, yeah, they probably can't.
Why not?
Because it's not like they're probably trying to be like, we're incorporating a natural landscape, and the architect was like, this is part of the natural thing, and there's no plants incorporated because there's no plants in the area. Also, it looks like there's steam rising up, so maybe they're trying to utilize some sort of natural
heating
element, like they're on top of a whatever it's called. You know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh look, we got little plants.
Oh, here, yeah, plants.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
These you know what it might be? Maybe it's like
those look like they're using recycled like shipping containers.
I wonder though, like the way it's presented. This is me just making stuff up. It's like, okay, so this plant's not very beautiful or whatever, but maybe it's like really good at converting like carbon monoxide to oxygen or something. And like it grows really well in like shitty environments, and so they're like, here, you can put a plant here.
I think it'd be carbon dioxide.
Oh,
right?
sorry, carbon
monoxide will kill you.
Carbon dioxide, it turns carbon dioxide into oxygen like really efficiently, and it grows really well. You just throw it in a shipping container, and they like probably advertise it like, look, you can just throw it in the old shipping containers that you use to mass produce your colonies, and it should help with oxygen turnover or something. I don't. That's just my little thing. Geothermic energy, yes.
How can I help you?
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
No.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanus Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Wow, literally.
Is this like the Bay Area of the galaxy?
Worse.
All the evil tech corporations work here?
I would say that the Bay Area relatively has a lot more regulation than this place.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Elanus also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
I'd like to speak to Annaleus.
One moment, please. Mr. Annaleus?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
Ooh.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
Opold wants me to smuggle a package through security.
I did it.
I need more than your word to act on that. Bring me whatever he's smuggling, and I'll act accordingly.
What will you do for me in return?
I would compensate you. The precise amount in credits depends on the severity of Opold's crime.
So you'll arrest him?
No one here is fond of trials. They make shareholders nervous. More likely, we would simply let him go. Of course, he would be blacklisted by the companies here.
So you'll arrest him?
No one here is fond of trials. They make shareholders nervous. More likely, we would simply let him go. Of course, he would be blacklisted by the companies here.
I'll look into it and get back to you.
I appreciate your report.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Novaria's backers.
Should Spectres be allowed to have major investments in corporations?
I don't know. Sounds kind of like our political system, where it's like, you know, the whole reason that we didn't do more with like tobacco companies is because tobacco companies bought all our politicians.
I don't think we have something that's equal to a Spectre in our society. Oh, thank you!
For the gift sub, Silver Minty.
Really appreciate that. Thank you. What you said was valid, but in terms of what I'm thinking about, like, they assign these Spectres to being able to do whatever they want. Should they be allowed to invest in private companies if they're officially endorsed by the Citadel to do whatever they want?
Yeah, I mean, but it is very similar to like our government regulatory bodies who are still allowed to invest in company. Remember that whole thing with like all the stocks, like how all the politicians like sold a bunch of stock that they knew was going to tank because they heard about COVID? Do you remember that when that happened?
I do remember that. I had all those points are valid, but I'm speculating within the context of the Mass Effect galaxy. What would the arguments be for and against a Spectre investing in a private company? Like,
Yeah.
I would say, like, okay, you can't do that because you're going to use your special Spectre abilities to put money into companies, much like politicians do today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
my
point
what
is
I'm
that-
saying
yeah.
is that a Spectre isn't even really a politician. They're like just an entity who's allowed to do whatever they want.
Yeah, so I'm saying the case is even stronger that they should not be allowed to do that.
And then on the other side of it, it's like, okay, but what if the Spectre that has earned the right to be awarded Spectreship in some way that you should be able to trust them, are they doing the investment as some part of like deep like corporate espionage to like take down this company? Because within the context of this particular universe, the Spectres are supposed to be doing that, and Saren acting this way is unheard of. So it's like he can make that argument because he's like, well, you told me I can do whatever I want to get justice, right? So this is what I'm doing. I'm investing in this company so they'll let me come to their labs or something.
I'm leaving.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
I think, like, but that's kind of like the difference between
Mr.
you know,
Annalise isn't the only one with a pass to leave
Are you
Henshin.
telling people, like, do you have,
You've
like...
never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
I just did. What'd you say?
Well, it's... But, so, like, it's kind of like if you're a spy, right? You have somebody who's in charge of, like, your actions.
Tatsa's celebrity spy, specifically.
Yeah. So it's like if you're a spy, but you still have someone who approves the things that you're doing, even if you have the latitude to do pretty much whatever you want, you still have to tell people that you're doing it.
Remember when we played Telling Lies and it was based off of the true story of police officers marrying and having babies with their, like, targets?
Telling Lies.
It was the computer game where it was, like, from the same guy who made Her Story. He had the guy who looked like Tom Hardy, but it's not Tom Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you have to... Guy who looks like Tom Hardy, but he's not Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
But, like, it was based off of the true story of cops who fell in love, had sex with, got married, and had babies with their targets. And then they had to put in laws like, hey, you can't have babies with your targets for deep undercover shit.
Oh.
Because they were trying to, like... expose like environmental terrorists or something, and like in real life this actually happened.
Yes, he was undercover with that environmental terrorist group.
Yeah, and that happened in real life.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
yeah. That's why they
So it would seem.
Yeah.
I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Anaeus.
Talk to you later.
Very well.
Stacy, come on. Did you ever think about how the cops felt? They were horny.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Well,
have you ever thought that maybe a man could be horny and that's just intolerable?
Well, but here's the thing, is that, like, even if, like, I know you're not making that legit argument, but if you were, you could literally just say, don't have a fucking baby.
No. You don't understand, Stacy. Being a cop is hard. That's why they have to have an extremely intense affair and have a baby and a child and lie forever.
And lie about their identity.
And lie about their identity, every aspect of their life. Because they're a cop and it's hard. Let's see if Liara does it again.
Yeah.
Let's see if Garrus does it. Is she gonna do it?
I wonder if it was just like a random animation that just got like pulled in from somewhere.
No, it's probably just a... See how Garrus every once in a while does that? That's probably... It's just one of her idle animations.
Yeah, but if it's hair flipping, why would that be her idle animation?
Because men are stupid and they made this game and they thought, Liara needs to be sexy. What do women do when they're being sexy? They flip their hair. And then one woman in the far back went, she doesn't have any hair. And they just pretended not to hear her.
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time.
Oh? Wow.
Look at this rock.
This is like, you know what this like whole thing reminds me of? This place reminds me of the building in Control. 'Cause it has the same kind of like brutalist architecture.
Yeah. So a lot of the architecture in the colonies for Mass Effect 1 I thought were like really well thought out because it gives you the sense of like this is like pre-built.
Yeah.
They have a lot of pre-built stuff.
Oh, like prefab?
Yeah, prefab, and they ship it and then they just like unpack it and you have a thing.
Yeah.
This seems like everything is ergonomical. Anyway, so this woman is this Asari. Sorry, they're not a woman. This Asari is the perfect example as to why eyebrows are important.
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Novaria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
This is illegal.
You think this uniform's just for show? My job is to enforce the law, not break it.
Oh my god.
Do you think that Binary Helix obeys all the laws? That they do not spy on other companies?
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't suppose they're clean either.
Excellent. Here is the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I have assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
For the people who are saying that we enforce the law, but we're also smuggling, we tattled on that guy the first chance we had because we're a cop.
Also,
So-
I'm still going to smuggle it for him. I don't care. I'm a Spectre. I don't have to obey the law. I just have to enforce the law. Thank you for the gift sub, ASN8745. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh yeah, the LA Noir. Is this LA Noir?
Dude, I just have to
Fuck
enforce
you
the
as a
law.
cop.
I don't have to, like, obey it. The law doesn't apply to me. It applies to everyone else, but not me. Obviously, I'm, like, above the rules.
Yeah.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Are you Lorik Keen? I heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
You need a pass. How fortuitous. I'm the manager of the local Synthetic Insights office. For the moment, at least. Mr. Analeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analeus's actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analeus would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
Why didn't Analeus cancel your pass clearance?
Why should he? There's nothing outside but snow and hungry Nathak.
How did you get a pass?
I'm a manager. Most executives on Noveria are free to come and go as they will.
You have a plan?
I do. However, there is one other... What is that charming human expression? Fly in the lotion? Violence against Mr. Analeus's thugs may be necessary. He has members of Han Shan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
If he's paying them under the table, they're mercenaries. I can kill mercenaries.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
Here, so the problem...
Wait. Thank you for the subscription, Armchair Science. I'm glad this came out because I get to relive my love of this trilogy.
Yay!
Yeah, that's why we were excited to play it too.
It's nice to be able to play Mass Effect 1 in a more stable condition because the original coding is kind of difficult. I'm really excited to, I hope, because in the original coding of Mass Effect 1, there's one fight here on this planet that you can only play in 1 FPS if you're lucky. It doesn't matter what computer you play it on. It's just the way it was coded or something. So I'm hoping, finally, I will be able to see this fight and maybe like 2 or 3 FPS. Maybe see it glide. Very excited. But the one thing about being on a planet where only evil people are is that they all have egos. And usually evil people are kind of stupid, but because they're so willing to do whatever it is, they're successful. But since everybody here is evil, like,
I think what you're trying to get at too is also that like when people think they're really smart, that is a vulnerability. Even if they are really smart, people who overestimate their own intelligence, it's like, it's a serious weakness because they don't think of things. They don't think of other things because they're just like, oh no, I'm too smart and I would have thought of that type of thing.
One of the most disappointing things about growing up is realizing that serial killers are kind of just boring losers. It's Just blow the whole place up. Yeah, Todd. I feel like, you know, we should Vermeer this. But, like, serial killers are boring people, and you're like, oh, why'd they kill him? I don't know. Because I'm the smartest, most intelligent person on the planet. And you're like, what?
Well...
Wait, what does that have to do with killing? How did that make you a smart person?
Isn't, like, the whole mythos of, like, the super intelligent serial killer, it's really just because the cops don't want to admit that they can't find just some idiot who kills cats?
Yeah. It might be that. It also might be that, like, because they present themselves as the smartest person in the world, people believe them. And then eventually they go, oh, you're just, like, saying you're really smart, but you're not actually smart. Like, there are people who are smart, but most people who are serial killers because they feel like a loser, and they literally can't do anything else other than kill people.
Yeah.
Like, they're losers. They're like, yeah, I'm like a god. I'm like, dude, you live in a shack. Like,
it's kind of like cult leaders too. Like, they might not necessarily be, like, actually that super smart, but because they have everybody, like, eating out of the palm of their hand, everyone's like, oh, well, they must, like, have some sort of something, and it's like, no.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed to find out that serial killers are just, like, not like Hannibal Lecter at all. Maybe there are, but, like, they don't get caught because of rich people privilege. I don't know.
Can I help you?
Mr. Vargas? Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Military. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
Oh my god. We're such
It's
a
customary
cop.
to perform minor genetic upgrades on enlistment. I've been assigned to see what BH has to offer.
It was my understanding that the Alliance contracted to Mars Gene for its enhancement programs.
Oh, yeah. All military people are genetically enhanced. But by default.
Cool.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation, I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in ZG muscle degeneracy.
ZG is 0G.
I've never heard of a technique that improves zero-gravity endurance.
It's a first for the industry. The advent of element zero-based artificial gravity made it a less pressing concern. We're still waiting for tests to give us an average improvement. We estimate a 7 to 11% decrease in muscle loss rates.
Nice.
I can get you those improvements for 30K credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed 20/15 vision, and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
It's interesting because it's like, that's such an invasive procedure, but now it's like standard. Like, oh, you want to work in the military, you need to do these things. Because technically, yeah, it's meant to keep you alive longer, but also to make you kill harder. But yeah, I don't know.
How would you distribute the upgrades? Retroviral injections would take some time.
Well, it does take time to upgrade a body with adjusted DNA. Skin cells could be replaced in 2 weeks, but the liver takes over a year, and the skeleton a decade. For frontline units, we can speed the process with full system transfusions and injections to stimulate regrowth. It would still take 6 months to see results. I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business. There are many development projects on Noveria, some not entirely legal.
Ah, damn it.
Oh.
So when she says retroviral thingies, she's talking about a technique where they use a virus specifically to do gene therapy, and I think they already do this with a lot of people. But basically, a virus works by injecting its DNA into your cells, into your mitochondria. No, not your mitochondria. You know what I mean? Into your fucking DNA. So the way people use genetic treatments and stuff is to use the same type of, like, a base virus, but they program the virus to inject not its own, like, virus DNA, but to inject the DNA that they want to have injected. So eventually, yes, all your cells are going to be injected with this DNA rather than the instructions to just mass produce a virus.
Does Binary Helix have any less than above-board projects? I'll keep my source confidential.
Certainly not. Our corporate reputation is sterling. I can assure you all of Binary Helix's operations on Noveria are strictly on the level.
Sorry, Mr. Vargas. That's a call I have to take. Thank you for your time.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward to hearing from the Alliance.
Oh, they're pointing out that we should hide our helmet.
I kind of like having the helmet on, but if you want me to take them off, I can.
Oh.
Because it makes me feel more immersed, but,
I think it's just in the team page, the squad page, like for your person.
See, I don't feel like a soldier anymore. Excuse me.
Any results?
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
Your toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
Only 500. All right. I thought you might have wanted to provide more since you couldn't do it yourself, I mean.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750.
That's
Good
still
day,
like
Spectre.
nothing.
That was like that's kind of a weird way to negotiate though, because it's like, wouldn't you?
What sort of offer did they make you?
Paragon,
Good.
bro.
I don't think
Yeah.
I'm supposed to mention numbers. They'd only write them down on thin strip.
Full benefits, of course.
Oh, sure. The company takes care of its own. Full insurance, paid vacations, subsidized housing. After a year, I'd start getting stock options.
Did I say $5?
about the
I meant
resort
$6.
At the equator. Bounce backing, diving, an accredited ASA Eurofield.
Todd.
If you like that sort of thing, I'd rather admire the view.
Oh, they're saying at the equator. I wonder if they just picked the coldest area of the planet on purpose in case like things get out, and that
Oh.
there's warm parts of the planet too.
Is this? I guess I just assumed that this was like a ice and snow planet.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because, you know, in sci-fi, they're like, this planet has one geographical feature and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But she just said, like, vacation areas and the equator. So I thought maybe this is just, like, in a very northern/southern, or whatever it's called in this planet.
I think it would make sense, like you said, because that way, if anything gets out, there's no, like, local, or at least not very many, like, local animals or wildlife.
It would just, yeah, and it would just be hard for whatever the fuck it is to like
cause trouble,
cause problems. But I just think it's interesting that they didn't make this planet, or they're implying that this planet is not one geographical thing, because in real life, no planet's just gonna, well, dead planets will just be like one thing.
Yeah.
But living planets won't. The chat is confused because I burped and you didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try to, you know.
Dead planets are so dull. Well, they're dead. I know there's ice caps on Mars, and Elon Musk wants to nuke them. I'm like, what? Sometimes I really just want to say, hey, you know, I know you have billions of dollars, and you
you're
probably know a lot of
bored.
stuff that I don't know.
No,
But in this particular instance, that's stupid.
No, I literally just think it's like some people, it's like they just get so rich and they just get bored.
They
of,
just start saying shit.
Yeah, because, like, if you look at some of the, like, dumb, not even just dumb shit, but, like, ridiculous or kind of, like, whatever stuff that, like, really, really rich people do, you're just kind of like, why would you do that? And the answer is always, because you can. Like, because they can do whatever they want. So, like, they lose sight of...
At least Jeff Bezos still has evil master plans, and so he just doesn't say anything. But Elon Musk, oh my god, I heard the story. I can't remember. It was some famous musician who was doing a collab with Grimes, but it turns out she just went over there, and Grimes and Elon were on some weird acid trip, and they just spent the whole time freaking out because, like, Elon had tweeted something while on drugs. And, like...
Awesome.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
And so the person who was like, yeah, I was just there for a few days, but we didn't get anything done because...
they were tripping the whole time?
yeah, Grimes and Elon had just gone off on like some like trip, and Elon had said something stupid while high, and they were just freaking about that the whole time. Azalea Banks, yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know a lot about every single person in the world. Every time I say something, someone's like, they're problematic. I'm like, I don't know why. Please.
Lorik Keene gave me a pass in.
Keene? Are you working for him? He's under investigation.
Ananias is paying you to shake this place down. Does Captain Matsuo know you're here?
Hey, I'm not the one who wants Keene. Ananias has a Varen up his ass about this guy. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
Ooh.
Hey, Paragon.
Hey.
Oh.
I didn't Bezos say something dumb like just the other day?
I don't know.
No, I was I feel like I literally saw like an article where they were like, Jeff Bezos says blah blah blah, and everyone was like, what? But I don't know if you heard about this, but they did essentially like they did a bunch of like analyzing of company data and figured out that they actually should fire people every few years.
Because it costs less?
Yeah, because then they don't have to give them raises and they don't get better at their job after that point. So basically, they start doing a bunch of shit to either get you to quit or fire you.
And he said that. He just said it?
No, he didn't have to say it. They literally, Amazon published this. That's their company's strategy. There's like a whole thing about like that's what their plan is. So like when an Amazon warehouse opens, everyone's like, yay, jobs! The number of people who lose jobs in that area actually increases even more because those people only work for a couple years and then they get fired.
You're supposed to not say it. You're supposed to lie.
Yeah. I'm not, and I'm not exaggerating. That's literally like they did like an analysis to figure out what is the ideal time to fire people so that we don't have to pay them more.
This is concerning to me because that means that they have no fear of consequences.
What consequences would there be?
That's what I'm saying. It's not a stupid thing to say. It worries me that...
Oh, no. I guess I meant like, sorry. What I should have said was, because of the way our country is set up in terms of the labor market, it's like the companies are like allowed to fire people pretty much whenever they want, which is
depending on what state you're in, but yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's basically what gives them the ability to do that. I wasn't trying to say that you were saying something stupid. I just meant like, yes, and our country's laws are also set up to allow them to do that. You know what I mean? That's why they don't fear any consequences, because our laws don't actually have any for doing that.
Like,
that's why people want to unionize, you know?
Yeah, that's concerning to me because it means that they're not even scared of unionization. They're not scared of any consequences whatsoever. They can just say, here's our evil plan. And not even be like, oh, what are you going to do? No, here's our evil plan. And they don't even see that there's anything wrong.
Well,
or to be concerned that other people are going to backlash because that's how little consequences there are.
Yeah, well, and part of that is also because the United States, like a lot of the people who are in control in the U.S. are so in on capitalism that like they probably look at that and they're like, yeah, I don't see what the problem is. Like that's a business practice, you know what I mean? Because like most of the leaders in our country are not about advocating for workers.
Excuse me.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
You have me at a disadvantage, Miss...
Oh, now you're gonna show some respect? I'm Sergeant Kyra Sterling, Ilanis Risk Control Services. Ananias would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
Your men are dirty, Sergeant. You're here off-duty, breaking the law for bribe money.
I didn't want to fight them. They fired first.
What?
Well, I don't need a gun to rip you to pieces.
Wow. Neither do I. Check this out, idiots. Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, no!
Oh, I was was hoping they just all fly away and die.
Bassini's back says, but, sarcasm, corporations are people too.
Oh, so then I guess they can go to prison,
That's
right?
like, yeah. I never understand these people who, like, don't make a lot of money. They're never gonna be millionaires, and yet they stick up for millionaires and companies all the time. And I'm like, what do you get out of this?
Well, here's the thing. This is my personal theory based off of nothing. So we used to have kings and queens, warlords, chiefs, shit like that, you know? Non-elected officials, I would call them. And people worship them like gods. And I think in some way, like, there's a part of us that wants to do that in the same way that we worship Beyonce or whoever the fuck, just anybody.
I like that you use the term worship Beyonce. That's nice.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do. We worship Beyonce. This is a fact. Or where we want somebody
Or
to,
whoever your person is that fits that.
yeah, whoever your person is. Like deep down, like it feels good. Like I feel good simping for like Britney Spears or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It feels good to have somebody to look at and be like, I love you so much because you're so successful and powerful. And like it's just like a part of human nature to just simp for the powerful because it's like, I don't know, a survival skill maybe? Rogue Shadow 08. But it's just like,
thank you. Right?
Oh, thank you so much,
You
Rogue
just-
Shadow
you
08.
read it, but
Sorry,
thank you for subscribing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hold on. Thank you, Rogue Shadow 08. You deserve my full attention when I say thank you. For 21 months, very appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I think deep down, there's just like something that people want to do. Okay, this guy is.
I think, my part of that theory is also that people, especially people who don't have a lot, or you know what, just people in general, some people have to convince themselves that billionaires and millionaires and whatever it is, that they got what they have through hard work, because then that makes it possible for them to someday have more than they have right now. Whereas, like, if you acknowledge that a lot of that is based on luck or factors that are out of your control, that's a lot more of, like, a hopeless narrative. And so if you're somebody who's sitting there being like, oh, yeah, like even, like, as a subconscious thing, like, yeah, like, well, Jeff Bezos got all that money because he worked really hard. He had a great idea and, like, blah, blah, blah. You're thinking to yourself, maybe I could have that idea, you know?
I think that when you become a millionaire, a billionaire, you probably did work hard, but at the same time, you probably worked the same amount of hardness as other people, and you just got lucky. It's not like you shit your ass and made $1 billion, but at the same time, if somebody else had the same resources as you, yeah, they'd probably become a billionaire too.
Yeah. Thank you for subscribing, Lemonsy. 30 months? Holy shit. Happy 30 month. Woms, please save me from football.
I don't know. Football's not real. That doesn't exist. Football is an illusion.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to say that, I'm not going to sit there and say that, like, people who are rich, like, didn't do
Spectre,
anything,
right?
but